We're ready.
Action.
Let's have a party and drink up a lot of beer. Let's have a party and drink up a lot of beer.
It's 25 minutes before 9 o'clock, the morning news with Webster and Nancy on WILK. And now, the two-time winner of the Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters Award and the two-time winner of the Pennsylvania Associated Press Broadcasters Association Award, promoting and advancing the crafted microbrew culture in Northeast Pennsylvania. Yes, it's another edition of the Friday Boomers! We've all just decided that we're all just going to make B sounds.
Or we can be like, and somebody else has to go, ah! Like the woman in the debate last night. All right, the Friday Beer Buzz brought to you by Sabatini's Pizza in Exeter, one of the area's greatest selections of rare craft and imported beers. They've got growlers and crowlers, a hand pump.
Oh, my.
And 35 rotating drafts at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bar and Bottle Shop, Wyoming Avenue in Exeter.
Lindo Sabatini is here.
morning.
Good morning, Lindo.
Hello.
Did you help him make the BB sounds when we were just making it there a minute
That was
ago?
not me. I wish it was that.
Well, next week we're going for everybody in the room. Everybody's going to do that. So we're going to do that. Bill from mybeerbuzz.com.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Bill.
I think I do. As long as it follows the same cadence, it really doesn't matter.
Right, that's so funny.
We have a tad bit of beer news to cover right
All right.
before we get our guest on with us. And it's sad news. Our buddy Brian Boak from Boak's Beer is calling it quits.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
saw
shame.
you. That's too bad.
And we've had Brian on
A couple of times.
Oh yeah, 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
We've done events with Brian. We love Brian. We're gonna miss Brian. Maybe we'll just invite him up.
Oh, yeah, he
Whatever.
could just come and hang out with us.
Whatever
He's
he
so much
decides to
fun.
do next. But
Is he going back to what he was doing for a living? Because didn't he sell like rare art or something? Like
Yeah,
the
no,
guy
he-
was like a millionaire.
yeah, no, he insured high price things for people that had a lot of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. He just announced this like a night or two ago. So
Yeah.
I just kind of found out. We haven't connected yet to find out what he's doing. But he's doing a farewell tour.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like Boak's Beer and you want to go on his farewell tour,
Like
go
you
check
find
it
yourself
out.
in Singac, New Jersey some night.
So we have a guest joining us.
All right.
He is joining us from St. Paul, Minnesota, from the Summit Brewing Company. Today we have head brewer Damian McConn.
Hey, Damian.
Damian.
Good morning, everyone. How's it going out there?
Oh, it's outstanding.
So Damian,
Well, the locals here in Minneapolis are excited about the chances of 55 degrees here
Wait a
tomorrow.
minute.
It sounds like the weather in the Twin Cities will be better than the weather out in Pennsylvania.
Well, it sounds like maybe you're sending it this way, because if you have 65 tomorrow, we're talking about 60 here on Sunday.
Yeah,
so
you're bringing it our way.
Shoot it out here. That's fine. That'll work.
It's a veritable heat wave. It's great for increasing beer sales.
Yay,
Love it.
February.
well, perfect for a nice beer. Then you should stay inside, Damian. Stay warm and have a beer.
Oh, I think we'll all be out on the deck if it's 50 degrees
Yeah,
around here. People will be wearing their shorts.
That's right.
So Damian,
I'm taking my pants off right now. How do you like me now?
Good man. That's what I like to hear.
Damian, tell me how you got interested in brewing beer.
I originally am from outside of Dublin in Ireland, and there was a brewery and distillery in my hometown for about 150 years, and I came across this master's degree program in the UK that specialized in brewing and distilling. So I went to study for about 5 years over in Scotland, and I ended up working for Guinness down in London for a couple of years, and then came over to visit Uncle Sam about 13, 14 years ago. And God bless them, Summit Brewing Company has been stuck with me ever since.
That sounds like a pretty good tour, though. I got to tell you that.
Yeah, I've had a couple of decent pints over the years across the continent. It's been a good time.
We must be doing something right, Damian. You are our second brewer, second guest in 3 weeks that started in Ireland and started specifically in Dublin. And I got to tell you, I love Dublin. I had my bachelor party in Dublin, so I have a very, very fond connection to Dublin.
It's a great city, and actually the craft beer scene is really starting to explode over there. It's changed quite a bit just in the last couple of years. When I last lived in Dublin almost 15 years ago, there was really only a fairly limited choice when it came to craft beer, but that's really changed rapidly in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's a great city. We frequented a place called the Porterhouse Brewery, which we loved, right on the Liffey, and another place called Messrs. McGuire, which I'm not even sure is even still there, but a great city for beer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Porterhouse is still going strong. McGuire's is still there, but I think they've renamed it. It's under a different name these days. But the Porterhouse for me was always the gold standard when it came to craft beer in that part of Dublin. And they actually have a link to the university that I went to up in Scotland, so I knew some of the lads that were in charge of the brewing department there.
Very nice.
It's good to know people, you know.
Oh, absolutely, especially when it comes to beer.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
So there's some great stories revolving around the beginning of Summit Brewing. It was started in 1986 by Mark Stutrud, which is very hard to say. Tell us where he got the name Summit Brewing Company.
Well, Mark's a good Norwegian lad originally and moved to the Twin Cities in the late 1970s, early 1980s. He was really interested in providing more choice for the local drinker here in the Twin Cities. There wasn't really a whole lot of choice in terms of craft beer back in the 1980s. Actually, there wasn't much choice, quite frankly, anywhere. And he kind of went back to school. He had a background in biology and biochemistry. Went back to school, and with the help of a couple of retired brewmasters, opened Summit in the fall of 1986. And he really, he thought Stuttgart Brewing Company, who sounded like a bit of a mouthful to pronounce, as you just experienced yourself there, Bill. So he named it after Summit Avenue, which is the main boulevard here in St. Paul. So it was kind of a nice link to the city in which the brewery is located.
Oh, that works.
And we thank him for that, because Stutrud Brewery, I already struggled to say his name. And he wrote, when he first started doing this, he wrote a letter to the Brewers Association just sort of announcing what he was going to do, and they didn't give him a very enthusiastic reply.
Yeah, it's a classic letter. We have it framed in the Rathskeller area, the big tap room that we have at the brewery now. And basically it told them there was a terrible idea. He shouldn't pursue it.
Wow.
He was completely going down the wrong track and never to revisit the idea again. So it tells you just how sharp and smart some of these characters are, I suppose.
Oh, how encouraging.
Yeah, they said it
That's
is...
exactly right, yeah.
Oh.
It is a long, hard road you were planning to go down, and I discourage you to do so.
Jeez. Man.
Well, he didn't know Mark. Mark's of Norwegian descent, and those Norskies are pretty stubborn. So I think he took that as a challenge and decided to drive forward with him.
So
That, by the way, is going to be the phrase of the morning on the show. Those Norskies are very stubborn.
Believe me, as an Irishman, I've been putting up with them now for over 15 years. Plenty of tales to tell.
So jump forward to today. How big is the brewing system that we're using at Summit Brewing Company right now?
So our main production brewery is about 200 barrels, so roughly 400 standard half barrel, standard keg. So it's a good-sized brew house. It's a 1971 copper brew house. It was built in Germany, so it really is a nice piece of kit. And then we also have a second, smaller research and development brewery. It's about 2 barrels, so almost 100 times smaller. So it allows us to kind of play around with some new stuff and have fun with some new ingredients.
So the Brewers Association were clearly incorrect in their assumptions about Summit Brewing, and
yeah, I think they were a little off base there. All right.
Jeez.
So I'm going
I
to
can't get over that. Never darken our mailbox again with this crazy talk about beer. Wow. It's unbelievable.
I'm going to introduce our beer so Kyle can play our music and then come back in here. Our beer today is Summit Brewing Unchained Series number 21, Us and Them.
What? Wow. And now this musical interlude.
I need it so bad.
All righty.
So, Damian, we
That's a customized one,
struck
right?
out on funny music that had the word Summit in it. We struck out on,
Well, I thought you'd either play an Irish jig, just to remind me of the old country, or you might try and do some polka music just to keep the locals here.
Nice. Kyle, find an Irish polka.
Yeah. So,
There you go. Now we're talking.
so Damian, tell us first off, what is the Unchained series?
Well, the Unchained program, it's been around now for about 5 years, and it's a brewer-driven series here at Summit. So we have 3 entries in the calendar year, and the brewer kind of takes the helm for each entry in the series, and it allows the lads to kind of showcase their creativity and innovation. We have 7 terrific brewers on staff here at Summit, and there's no restrictions on what they can do. There's no restraints. So they have complete creative freedom. They basically see the project through from the initial recipe design all the way out to packaging and actually going out into the trade and sampling the beer. So it's a really fun project. It allows them to take ownership of a couple of batches and have some fun.
And this is the 21st release in the series, and it's called Us and Them. And tell us what the breakdown of Us and Them, where the name comes from.
Well, Gabe Smoley, who's the brewer in charge of this entry in the series, he's a big Pink Floyd fan. From what I understand, there's There's a famous Pink Floyd song called Us and Them. And, Gabe has always wanted to kind of create some conversations at the bar about beer. So he thought, well, why don't we create essentially two different versions of the same thing and spark the conversation about whether you're with us or maybe you're with those other blokes. You're with them over there. So
Nice.
it's kind of a fun idea, and actually it was particularly technically challenging as well to kind of pull off from a production standpoint.
Our producer just lit up when you said Pink Floyd. We all said, "Oh, we could have had the Us and Them song." So these are both based on your Saga IPA. So tell us about what direction Thread 1 goes in, because we've got two different beers here. We've got Thread 1 and Thread 2.
Yeah, they're very different. I mean, what I've been telling people is essentially it's one brew and two beers. It's one basic recipe that's then been deconstructed. It's been broken down into its constituent parts. So that first thread, that American Session IPA, is pretty low on alcohol. It's kind of like a session style pale ale or India pale ale. And then the big beer is more like an imperial IPA, kind of a double IPA. So it's difficult to pull that off in the brewery because you need those higher gravity worts, first runnings of the brew to create the big beer, and then you have to capture the smaller, the weaker, the lower strength worts for the wee beer, as I like to call it. So it was kind of tough trying to pull off two beers out of one mash.
What I like to call us is the big IPA is 7.2% ABV and 90 IPU, and the other thread, the Session IPA, is 55 IPU and 4% ABV, and it's really sort of a tasting experience, isn't it, Damian? You really can pull out different things in different beers from the same base recipe.
Absolutely. I think it really showcases just how different they can be. I mean, the hopping schedule is essentially the same for both beers. The malt is exactly the same. We pulled both beers out of the one brew, the one mash, and I think it highlights just what you can do if you're pretty innovative and pretty creative. A lot of breweries don't do this kind of thing because it's kind of tricky to pull off in a modern brewing environment. But the Victorian brewers back in the UK, they were doing this 150 years ago. It was a very efficient way for them to kind of capture all of the worts, all of the extract from their brews. So there's an historical precedent that I think helped inspire Gabe to move forward with this one.
Well, Damian, I'm having a little problem here because my tasting experience is empty now. I'm a little.
Now you need to go.
That's never a good thing. That's never. We have to figure that one out.
Definitely not a good thing. We're enjoying Summit Brewing's Unchained Series number 21. Us and Them, Thread 1 and Thread 2. Damian McConn is the head brewer at Summit Brewing and has been our guest this morning. Damian, thank you for being on the show. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much, guys. All the best, and enjoy the sunny weather.
We'll see see you out on the deck.
And John won't have his pants on.
Without my pants.
The Friday Beer Buzz, powered by Sabatini's Pizza, one of the area's greatest selections of rare craft and imported beers. Growlers and Crowlers, a hand pump, and 35 rotating drafts at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bar and Bottle Shop, Wyoming Avenue, Exeter.
The Friday Beer Buzz, bringing good beers, good people together.
I'm going to tell you about my younger days when my health was good, but my mind was crazed by chemical interactions in my brain. Yes, I got high, you know it's true, but what I'm going to relate to you will keep you just like me from going insane. 'Cause you know beer is good for